Hey filmmakers, Chung here. In this video we're going to show you how to set up a professional YouTube lighting on a budget with the compact lights from Aputure. So let's start from the beginning. So this is basically how it looks like starting from zero. It's not that great of a look, especially you can see like my face is quite dark, my nose is bright, and my cheek is also a little bit bright. But yeah, it's not a great look. We're just using a light on the ceiling, and yeah, that is just not that great. And probably most of you guys who are at home and filming yourself, like, you'll probably also have this same issue, that you just have normal light around that is just to light your room, but not really to give you like a more proper look or a more professional look with it. So the first thing we're going to add is a key light. This is the Aputure MX. This is a very nice compact light. It's not too expensive, but it's really small and very bright. It does have an internal battery. However, yeah, if you're doing it for YouTube and you have it on full blast, it's not going to last very long, especially if you need to do a lot of retakes. So one thing I do suggest to add is a 3-meter USB Type-C cable, because you can actually just use it while it's plugged in. And a great thing about that is that you can just use this light indefinitely. So it's basically yeah, like a normal light, without having to be afraid that it just suddenly turns off because the battery is empty. So let's set up this light first. And this is how it looks like when we're using the Aputure MX. And right now it's of course looks much better than just using the ceiling light. But the one thing is, it is super bright. It is hurting my eyes if I look at it, and especially if you look at it too long, you can see like white dots on your eyes. So it's not really that great, especially will cause you to squint your eyes. So you might need to add a modifier after. But first thing, we are going to try out and also show you guys how it looks like with just only the Aputure MX and the ceiling light turned off. So we're now using just the Aputure MX without the ceiling light, and now you can see it's a little bit different of a look, but it also, you can see that the shadows are much darker, and also yeah, there isn't yeah, much detail in the shadow, probably a little bit, but also it is quite harsh of a light, because the light itself, even though I have the diffuser on it, it is still a very small light source. So you do have like a harsh shadow when you have it like this. So we have several light modifiers that we can try. So first one is a shoot-through umbrella. The thing is, with a shoot-through umbrella, what it causes is it diffuses the light, but also it kind of bounces the light. So it has two options that you can do, either bouncing the light or diffusing it. However, it's like a omni light that goes everywhere, so you don't really have much control over it. And then the other umbrella I've got is a simple black-white umbrella, and this umbrella I prefer more than the shoot-through umbrella. However, the thing with this umbrella is that it is a little bit flat, so it's not like a yeah, big dome. So even though you do have more control over the shoot-through umbrella, it is a little bit more difficult to really aim your light. So this is a unbranded one, so this is quite cheap umbrella. And my personally more preferred umbrella is this umbrella. This is a umbrella from Phottix, and this is much more different. So this also by shape is more round. However, it is a much deeper umbrella, which you can easily aim the light much more with. So we're going to show you the differences between the three umbrellas, and preferably I would suggest you to go for this umbrella. It's more professional. However, it might be a slightly pricey, but it's not overly expensive, but it does give you the better result. And now we are using the shoot through umbrella, and instead of shooting through the umbrella, we're actually bouncing on the inside back towards me, which is actually a good thing because right now, because it's doing that, it's not a harsh of a light, so it's not making my eyes needing to squint, but also it makes the light source much bigger and also softer. But also actually to make this look a little bit more interesting, let's add a kicker or a rim light. So we have here the Aputure AR-M9. This is a very inexpensive small little light. However, this is not super bright as the MX, but this is a nice small light you could use as a kicker. Also, this can be used in combination with like a small USB cable. The built-in battery of this is pretty good because on lower setting it can go for like 14 hours, but if you are using this on like full blast, it's not going to last like 1 hour. But the thing is, this compared to the MX, this is not really that bright to use as a key light, so I don't really suggest to get this as a main light source unless you put it really close up, but rather suggest to get the MX and use this as a kicker or a rim light. So let's put this into background and use it as a kick light. So now we have added the kicker or the rim light, and it gives me here like a harsh light on the edge here, so it makes it a little bit more interesting than having like just a black shadow here. So this is like a nice simple light you can add to make the shot a little bit more interesting. So now we are going to change to a black-white umbrella to show you the difference between the shoot through and the black-white. So now we are using the black-white umbrella, and probably the most noticeable thing is the background that has been darker, because it has that black side. I can actually block the light from going or spilling towards certain places, so I can actually lessen it to spill on the background, especially if you want to like set up lights on the background. It doesn't have to like compete with your key light, so it's much more interesting to set up like multiple kind of lights, or even if you want to use colored light for your background. So now we're going to the third umbrella and show you the difference, because mainly this umbrella, even though it can block the light, it does look like some places are still bright and some places are darker on the background. And yeah, the third umbrella should be able to get a more better looking background. So we're now using the Phottix umbrella, which is more of a parabolic. However, after actually now using it, comparing it with the other umbrella, it doesn't seem to have that much of a difference in control, because the background still has like the light and dark areas. And it's not that huge of a difference of a control. The only big difference is that this umbrella is much bigger, so the softness of the shadows is much softer. But yeah, if I have to choose, price wise, of course the other umbrella is less expensive, but the Phottix one is of course a much better quality in build, but also it is much more expensive and it is quite big. One thing I do suggest, if you are buying umbrellas, don't order it online unless they are like properly in boxes. But most of the umbrellas that I buy, I just go to the store myself and pick it up, because many times I have tried to purchase it from from eBay or from like other online sources, and they come like in very flimsy packaging and actually arrive bented, and it's already like a useless product. So pretty much those I just normally pick up myself. So now adding an extra light to this scene to make it even more interesting, even though this should be enough for like certain YouTubers, they find this be already a nice look, but we can add another light for the background. So this is the Aputure MC. This is a brand new light they released, and this is similar to the M9 but with a few extra features. The price of this is a little bit more expensive than the M9, but it's cheaper than the MX, and this has built-in RGB, which is really nice to give it a certain color. And also it has like magnets and also Bluetooth control, so you can control the light over your phone. And if we turn this on and hold it behind my back, we can actually change the background to another color. So it looks like if we just dropped a red background here, basically we actually turn on the lights and make my white wall that was gray before into a red wall. So this is quite nice and simple to do, and also we can change the color on the fly, so it makes it really nice and really quickly that you can, like, for one video use one color and another video change to a different color. So that makes it a quite simple, nice use. But also yeah, if you have like certain brands that really likes to have certain colors, can go through the colors and see like what you can use, even like nice green screen color. And yeah, instead of having like actual background papers which use a lot of space and also is pretty expensive, just having a small light to light up the background and change the background color is really nice. So that was mainly it. If you have any questions about lighting, filmmaking and everything else, just comment below. And yeah, if you are interested in any of these products, there'll be links in the description below. And if you are new to this channel and want to see more of these tutorials, please hit that subscribe button here below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.